Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P-Funk, out here still on vacation, doing what I do for you out in Florida, Sunshine State. We got a little rain, so ain't no sunshine right now, but I'm still here doing what I do for you. Let's do what we do. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Oh, I'm back in the book too. Okay, that's right. 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. There's a message, a story for life. I give life lessons. You turn and receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do our thing. Right Thinker's mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right Thinker's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. You see where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So ask the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. That's the goal. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. Yeah, that's what I do. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. Yeah, that's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself. And to my eye, be true. Out here in the rain coming down. Right thinkers, I'm back in the book because it's time to find out about our psycho-spiritual energy centers. But before we get there, it's all about understanding the principles of the energy centers. So right now, I'm going to take you on a little quick lesson called Irat Shekim, or way better known as Serpent Power System. These are the spears. These are the ideas on the side, philosophical breakdown, and we're going to go through one by one. Okay, 1 through 7. Each one's going to be a lesson. This is the first lesson I'm going to break you into. So let's start with, this is a system of psychological that incorporates psychological and cosmic energy consciousness states within the human being and creation. We're talking about higher conscious understanding of the human mind. But each center represents a psycho-spiritual state of mind. Again, each levels of states of mind, wherein the divine essence creates or manifests itself from the transcendent realm, which is without name, without form, and surpasses time or space at level 7 to the realm of time and space, well, that's where we are, and the material forms from centers from 1 to 6. Now, each of these spheres represent a specific, emotional and energy states of mind which interact with each other as you go through them throughout the spiritual evolution, meaning raising your consciousness from the lowest to the highest of every individual, regardless of your sex, your religion, or your cultural belief. We all have the ability to do it. These changes only occur over several lifetimes. And why is that? And leading it to reunion with the individual soul, which is transcendental self, aka God. God will not allow none of his creation to spiritually come to his presence without passing the test of the physical concepts of the 7 levels of consciousness, conceptually. Okay? But each one will show you a character flaw, and when you correct it, that's called elevating and self-mastery. We're going to break it down for you. Let's start with 1, the first level. Fear, flight or fight concepts. Okay, food, worry, reactionary element, Earth is your earth element. You're grounded. But these are things you're concerned with. Do I stay? Do I fight? Do I run? But I got to make sure I got food. How do I survive? That's the lowest level. You raise your consciousness. Next level 2, your sexual desires become an issue. You become passionate, your sexual frustration, and that earth sign is water, fluidity. Third level is now willpower over what things, people, your emotional desires, and that element is the fire element. Fourth level, human love, personal. You become a better person because you're concerned. We talk about them as we go. And that element is air. Fifth element, called self-control, the oneness becoming understanding, and the element is ether. Sixth element, or the sixth concept, spiritual spirit, your spiritual impression in personal love, your divine vision, you're starting to wake up, that idea, okay? And your element is, watch this, mind, intelligent over ego. You're starting to realize you're not just who you believe or think you are egotistically. God's starting to play a role. You're starting to realize that. The seventh level, you become fearlessness. You have absolute freedom. Why? Because you reach the level of knowledge of self, and there is no element. And all forms are transcendent. You become one with your higher self. That's the goal of all humans, regardless of what your race, creed, color. We just gave that breakdown. Now, in understanding, before we go further, in order to understand what I'm about to present to you, the serpent power and how it affects your human consciousness, we'll trace its movement through what we call psycho-spiritual energy centers. I do this, that's the Kundalini serpent of the subtle body in the next several pages. We're about to hit the rock. Let's go. This is what it looks like. And every page will show you pretty much the same sign. It break down here. See Ra, this is the first one. That's Ra. The 7 souls of Ra, this is the first one. See when you down the bottom here, it registers. And you see what Ahmed is? Anything below here is his. If you register lower than that, you need practice Maya. I got that for you too. This is all a good lesson. All right, you ready? Let's go. Let's start this lesson. Excuse me. This is called Wa Ba Ra, is the first soul of Ra, number 1. And it's based on your psycho-spiritual energy centers. This is the first one, the bottom of the rail. But it also signifies, I'm going to break down your first psycho-spiritual energy center. Tell you where it's located. At the root-based energy center, which is found at the base of the spine, down at the bottom, the sacral, okay, in the lower spine. It's called the root chakra. The color of it is red, okay? I gave the book down the chakras a while ago. But now, I'm going to tell you the symbols. Remember, it's all symbolic. The symbol of this center consists of square. It's the earth element, base. Inside of which is, they show you what they call a lingam and the yoni. That's the male phallus, the lingam, and the yoni, the female, okay? In India, that's what it's called. Or you got the male and female organs. Everything is symbolic. When you understand the symbolism, the symbology, then you get the message. Masons, when we see that compass and square, we know what it means. Average person says, oh, that's my, we know that, yeah. But unless you know what it means, you just know the sign, okay? Learn the meaning of the sign, that's called esoteric messaging. You know the significance and the meaning. That's called occult knowledge, okay? I got that for you too. All right, but the male and female organ is symbolizing that what? That the pairs of opposite, which is Maya, are contained in the field of the physical matter, time, and space. You need 2 things to make a whole. You can't have a coin with just heads or just tail. Heads and tails make the yin and the yang. You get that opposites, male, female, up, down, in, out. That's the duality based on opposites coming together. That's what that represents. And that element, we tell you, is the earth. And the attributes of this element, you ready? These are some of the things that you're going to be. This is why your horoscope can tell you what kind of person you are. Why? They had this stuff already figured out. Okay? Trust me. Your whole concept is collecting greed, stability, and saving. Low nature. Make sure I got this. Hoarding, trying to make sure you got everything you need. Okay, that's natural. That's fine. It's okay. No problem. But what's this? Now, your psychological principle here is your behavior. And your behaviorism here at this level, your consciousness of the individual yourself is more reactive than active. It always waits for something to happen to do something else. That type of character who lives at this level has been described. You ready? We call y'all creeps. Okay? Just always waiting, and your energy here is concerned with what? Your basic fundamentals is survival. Okay? You have issues. And in an unbalanced state manifests itself as what? Fear, selfishness, possessiveness, concerned with what? Finding food, etc. People like that, those kind of characteristics of their being, again, if you don't, check the mirror. All right. But these are all already laid out fundamental concepts that they try to let you know. They already know. Watch this. And here we're going to deal with your desires at this first level include physical pleasures, physical comforts, physical shelter, biological needs for survival, meaning you're only going to deal with somebody when you need to. That's not a good state to be in, but those are the characteristics. Again, these are all characteristics of the first level of your psycho-spiritual journey, and you're living pretty much on the beastly nature. The animal symbol, hello, and for this level, the animal symbol for this center is what? The elephant, okay? Why? The elephant is a slow, massive creature which possesses immense strength. Such is the energy in that level, at this level, which acts to slow down the action of your spiritual energy, and it becomes grounded on what? The earth element. Stay again, maintaining. But if the subject is given to flights of fancy or unfound fears, what they call really paranoia, or mental states, that could be a signal that there is what? A disturbance in this center. If you're not functioning at a certain level, there's an obvious reason why not. You need to check that out. Why? Because they're going to clog up your energy center so you won't move. And the way to unclog or the way to awaken the energy center is, you ready? Daily concentrate on it while mentally or vocally chanting the sounds of this center. The sound, when you go into meditative state, you hear most monks, and anywhere you go, they sound the It's the AM with the A sounding long. It's a long A sound like an O. So it's sound So that's what it is, like the A and the what, or the at. The beginning, we're about to wrap this lesson out. Good, it's almost good, that's perfect. But the beginning of your meditations for this center is when, after you chant the sound of this center for several minutes, these are things that I've seen done. I practice with other people. I personally don't do all of this because some people don't take to it. So I only practice around people who practice that. So, I silently pray. Because I'm in a place where, unless I'm in a place where I can do it now. Etc. But you sit quietly and you observing what proper breathing technique. Remember, inhale, a few seconds, let out. That rhythm, once it does that, it's pushing more the oxygen, is getting every ounce of the oxygen to what? To your brain, so it can what? Not hyperventilate, so to speak, but to open it up so it can expand. That's called expansion. But if it's done, it's more like hyperventilate, and it don't work if you pass out. Okay? But it's a breathing technique that you need to practice. That's also starting on your meditating level. But as you relax what? Your mind and your body, you gently search for what? Those feelings within what? Your own actions, your own thoughts, your feelings in what? Sometimes it's the past, sometimes it's the present, where fear and excessive concerns over providing for one's needs leads to anger, hate, greed, etc. will arise. You got to learn to control that, and that's natural. That's what it does. Then one must what? Learn to clear these thoughts, which block the flow again by asserting the facts of wisdom. That's the part of meditation that gets you to bypass all the nonsense, receive yourself all the junk, all the stuff that don't matter, get it rid of it, don't carry it, don't harbor it, light in your heart, so to speak. Don't clutter yourself. Hey, we all are clutterers, or hoarders, so to speak, in thoughts and sometimes in physical. But when you learn to meditate, you learn to what? Get it out. Every computer has a delete button or a garbage trash, whatever it is, to what? You're going to start dragging the computer. Too much worry. Don't worry about a bunch of stuff that you don't have to concern yourself with. Relieve yourself of that burden. That's what we're trying to teach you to do through meditation. And that you are essentially one with your what? The transcendental deity, aka God. Humans have issues. God have no issues. And when you reach that level, and that just as what? As all creatures in nature are what? Listen, perfectly provided for. All creatures in nature are perfectly provided for. We all have a gift, a talent, something that we can do to survive that was given to us from our Creator. And our needs will also be provided for. As a parent, I told my children, I will supply your needs. I could care less about your wants or your desires. That's before I got enlightened. That's just how I felt. No, I'm going to give you what you need. Now, that's my job. I brought you here, so I got to satisfy the needs. God does that with all his creatures, naturally. Moving on. But we are an inseparable part of nature, and if we now perform our daily duties in harmony with who? Maya, aka nature, what will provide for all of our needs. Christians call it Christ. Okay, call it what you want. We have a philosophy that lays that already for us way before you got to Christ. So it ain't even an issue for me at this point. What I'm teaching you, you can relate to it because I get your concept. I know that, but you don't get mine. Why? You just study this. I do. Therefore, we need not what? Worry, cheat, scheme, come up with hidden agendas, or resent others what? For whatever they're doing that we're not or want to. It ain't up to you to do none of that except for yourself. And if somebody else is doing, you should respect. Don't hate, congratulate. And we know that what? The result or wrong that has been done to us was due to what? That person's ignorance. Going back to that white man. Of what? The fact that we are all one. We knew that a long time ago. This ain't just started. Moving on. But if there is ignorance, and there is, in the mind, then there is a karmic basis to experience all that ignorance will lead to. You ready? Pain, disappointment, unrest, discontent, slavery, etc. But if there is wisdom, strength, peace, and contentment in the mind of that individual, then there is a positive karmic basis which will lead to a greater and greater experience of who? The divine. And this divine experience, watch this, is transcendent of all worldly pleasures and positive developments. The positive karmic basis, aka blessing, can be promoted. How? You ready? Through what I tell you all the time: righteous, virtuous living, and the spiritual discipline practice daily. So now we can forgive what? Them and those, and not hold unto any animosity, since we know that what? They will have to answer to nature for any wrongs that they have done, since nobody can escape my aunt karma. Ding, ding, ding. Karma depths. She will get you every time. Why? You got to go through her. No exceptions. Thank you, Dr. Clark. And watch this. Forgiving oneself and others is the key to what? Mental peace. My mother expressed it better than anybody. With everything that she went through with my man, I never could understand how you forgive him. She said, baby, it wasn't for him, it was for me. Profound. Got it. Get it. Sometimes you got to be told something that you don't know to know what you think you need to know or what you believe you already know. I didn't know that. Again, I know a lot of stuff. See how profound something can be. It's so simple. But that was my personal issue too. See, we overlook ours. We see everybody else's. That's the outward seeing eyes. But when you learn to be mentally competent and understand things in life, that's key. And karma will take care of those who don't do right by you. That's all. And watch this. Oh, forgiving others and oneself is the key for your mental peace and the flow of your emotional energy. I had pent up frustration about situations in life. She released all that in one statement. I let it all go. Why? That was me. I was doing that. Again, the fetters. Sometimes we are our own worst enemy. But when you get a chance to release it, do just that. Why? If it ain't yours to harbor, let it go. That's what I did. But now, as the conflicts and the discordant feelings at this level are resolving themselves, when you're getting what? Visualizations of them, as the earth element, you are dissolving into what? The next energy center, which is water. So you're going from the base, you're going to come up your fluid. That's the second level. That's the next lesson. I'll be back with that for you shortly. Hope you enjoyed it. This is all about getting to know yourself from the base on up, from the bottom to the top. As they say, now the rooter to the tutor. Right now, we're just dealing with the rooter. I'll be back with more for you. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. In closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100, me, 100 miles today. So I never know my right thinkers who fought and fun about themselves have passed away. I got you covered. I got you.